The views and opinions expressed by the guests do not represent King Dre or the Captain Saver Bro Show. Welcome, fellas, to the Captain Saver Bro Show, episode 23. Real game, no theory. I got my man Steve, the Dean Williams in the house, the legend. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. First and foremost, this show is available via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So if you want to watch it on, the video format, type in the Captain Saver Bro Show on YouTube, or if you want to listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, go to Spotify or Apple Music and type in the Captain Saver Bro Show. This episode is also brought to you by the Players Club.vip. The Players Club is a private, online, exclusive men's community where we chop up game, we network with each other. You come, you get your game right, you step your game up, you have private access to me. We do two monthly mastermind coaching calls. You can bring your text messages, you can bring your calls, you can bring your screenshots, your DMs, your dating profiles, your photos. It's a Q&A. We do that twice a month. And plus I also, from time to time I have experts in their field come to give private workshops and stuff like that. And so the first one we'll be doing that. The first one we're going to do is probably within a couple weeks. So I'm going to start bringing you guys workshops from, experts, like pickup experts, game experts, fitness experts, money experts. It's going to be big. But you also get to network with other guys, like-minded guys, from all types of different walks of life backgrounds, financial levels. We got millionaires, all type of guys in there. So it's the group you want to be in. You also get exclusive video breakdowns of the game, analysis that's too hot for YouTube, too deep for YouTube, and all of the social media platforms. I give them to the Players Club. You also get access to 4 of my popular programs, building your confidence, how to build your confidence, how to vet women properly. What's the other one? How to build your value, make yourself a high value man, and how to make the modern woman submissive. You get these for free when you join the Players Club. You also get 50% discount on one-on-one coaching. So if you need one-on-one coaching with me, you can hit me up and I give you a 50% discount. You also get personal access to me, and you can text me personal access anytime. You also get to, if you have a question, you can put it on the forum or make a post, and we'll answer the question right then and there. As soon as you have a problem, you put your post in the group, and boom, it's taken care of right then and there. Questions about game, dating, relationships, whatever, life in general. You also get discounts on my best, my premium courses. That's How to Make a Woman Fall in Love, Attraction 101. The Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide. You get those for 50% off when you're a member of the Players Club. And every other program that I release that's premium, you're going to be able to get at a 50% discount. And other programs that I release that's not premium, you're going to be able to get for free if you're in the Players Club. So join the Players Club at theplayersclub.vip. It's the best group on the planet. Join it right now. Pause this, go to theplayersclub.vip or click the link in the description or the bio or wherever you see this at. Go sign up now and then get back into this game. Also follow me on all social media at King Dreism, KingDreism. But that's enough of that. Let's get into this game with me, chopping up game with my man, Steve the Dean Williams. Let's get into it. Fellas, this is your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre, and I have a special guest here with me. Got my man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Steve, the Dean Williams. How are you doing today, brother?
Brother, I want to say thank you very much and appreciate you having me on here, brother.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I've been watching you for a while, man. And you've been doing this for a long time. I think your oldest video on YouTube is about 15 years.
Yeah, I started when YouTube was kicking off. I was doing this in 90, I think it was 96. As soon as
96.
as soon as, because when the internet kicked off, there was AOL.com and Yahoo Chat.com. And then maybe a little bit, maybe 97, because I was doing audio stuff and someone recognized me and led me to mp3.com. So yeah, I guess
Mm.
before it was even called podcasting, I was recording game. I was just talking about it. So, and just throwing it out there. And I created this thing called the Pussy Whip Show. And
What got you into that from the being in the 90s, and like what was the inspiration to take the game and put it on what was new, this new phenomenon called the internet back then? Because back then everybody didn't have the internet like that and everybody didn't use it. So what gave you the thought to even go that route?
well, I was retired. I got married. I got out the game. So I mean, I see my
Okay.
thing is seeing that since the '80s, late '80s. I've been fucking since I was 13. So guys are always going to me asking me questions to get game. So then after a while, I started hooking up with the drug dealers, where I would give them some money, teach them a little game, and they would flip my money and shit. They would flip my
Yeah.
money. So, so then what I would do from that point is, I do all that, and then I got married. So then once I got married, I just got out the game, bro. I just So then I was like, okay, I'm a teacher now. Just because I'm
Right.
retired out the game doesn't mean I can't teach game. So I just started. People started paying me, and I was like, whoa, wait a second, I can make money off this shit. I can make money off this. So yeah, so it started off the internet first, and then it hit the internet first. That's when the phone dating chat lines were really kicking in the late 90s. This is where, you call, because I have one of those now on my website where you can call and talk to women online. So we were doing all that. But then once the internet kicked off in like the late 90s, they said it was AOL,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was Yahoo chat. And the women at that time didn't know anything about catfishing because no one knew about the internet.
Yeah.
Everybody, the women were like just putting stuff out like who they actually were.
Yeah.
So we were like, we're gonna go ahead and spit game, and we were like touring like a rock band. Bitches were flying me to Dallas. First time I went to California, Santa Ana, California, was on someone's dime. New England, Miami. I was just a traveling circus because I was talking so much game to these women, get them to play their pussy online, make them fall for me. They just like so. I was doing all that, but I was still teaching guys. But then I was like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna start talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started talking about it. And then I ran to this guy named Maximus Clean in Vancouver, Canada. He was a DJ on 102.7 CFRO in Vancouver. He noticed me, so I started doing really like 1 minute sessions on his radio show where people were getting pissed. So the program director's wife got mad at him
Mm-hmm.
because I was giving game and he had to let me go. So then I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and like what you're doing. Well, it wasn't podcasting. I was still doing what we call MP3s,
Uh-huh.
but then MP3s they turned that word into podcasting. So then I started podcasting like we're doing right here. I was podcasting. So yeah, I'm a vet at that, man. So yeah, so that's the story.
Okay. You said 96? 96, that's about, how long is that? Let's do the math on that real quick.
Over
96 from now.
96
Teaching the
from
game
now.
on the internet.
Yeah, it was since 90 since 96. So it was 96
That's about
2006 2020. Wait, it's shit. Damn, I'm doing a math. Wait, they're 24 years? Wait, is it 20?
probably
No,
so,
no.
yeah.
Wait. We're in 22. Wait, let's do the wait, we're gonna do the math. Right.
Hold on, real quick. 2022 minus
Wait, wait,
1996
wait.
equals
Let's do it.
26 years.
26 years. So that's 26
20,
years there, but 30 over 35 as a student of the game, because I
as a
started in the
student, yeah.
game at 9. Yeah, I was a
Right.
student at 9, but teaching the guys, I started doing that in the late 80s because they were seeing me with girls. So okay, I was giving advice in the 5th grade type shit, but people started giving me money in the late 80s. Then I started flipping dollars with the drug dealers by giving them game and flipping my $100 bills. I don't know what they did with the drug. Say no to
Yeah.
drugs, kids, but I was doing that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the story. Yeah, I've been doing this for a
Was
while.
was it lucrative? Like, was it money into it? Like back then, like in the 90s, as far as like on the internet, were you able to like make a decent chunk of money, or was it just like a novelty thing or a hobby or something to do because it was a passion thing?
Yeah, it was novelty because there was no way to get money. It was no way to. There was like no like I don't even know about PayPal or anything like that. So I would do local setup things where I would think of it like this: I was selling out of the back of my truck. kind of thing. So I would
Right.
do game. I would go to poetry clubs, pull women, sell. I would sell poetry CDs to the women. I mean, all this. So I was hustling. We
Right.
hustled. So I was just doing a little bit of everything, man. But the women were paying for everything because I was doing gigoloing. I was gigoloing in when I was 21, like around that time. So I had enough money saved up where I could go ahead and invest in other things, man.
Right. We're gonna get into the gigolo thing in a second. But before the gigolo thing, you mentioned that you start early. And I started early too. So I lost my virginity at, I think, 15. It's about
Gotcha.
15, which was in 99. Yeah, 99, because I'm 37 right now. So while you was out here, when you had retired, I was still wet behind the ears. I was 12 years old or something like that. When you was out here, you were a veteran in the game. So, but yeah, I lost my virginity at like 15. We start a lot earlier. You
Yeah. Oh, you start.
mentioned 13, huh?
Yeah, I was 13. Yeah, I was 13. She was 24.
What got you started? What was the moment where you said, you know what, I want to learn how to get the upper hand over my situations in terms of male female dynamics. Like, I want to be the one in control. I want to have the game. I want to be able to control my situation. What was the turning point for you and wanting to
Okay.
take that path?
Here's the weird thing. Really wasn't a turning point. It was learning more from my father.
Right.
So if you look up Ted Williams on Fox News, that's my father. Okay,
Mhm.
he's a lawyer that speaks for slash detective on Fox News. So his name is Ted Williams. So my father was a ladies' man. My father was personality. Okay, so I had two fathers. I had a stepfather and my father. So my father was personality. My stepfather was strength and no tolerance. So two different things. So I would visit my father. My father was a ladies' man. He would always have notebooks of women, and they always called me Little Ted. So I wanted to emulate my father. My dad had personality. He would always, this is how a Williams gets a hamburger. This is how Williams opens the door. I'm Ted Williams. You know who I am, Ted Williams. So I
Right.
was, I was like, I want to be like my dad, right?
Right.
So when when I was leaving, he was in Baltimore, so I come home and stuff. I'm Steve. Well, I was Brian. That's my middle name, Stephen Brian. So I'm Brian Williams. I'm Brian Williams. I can get girls. I can get girls, and I was talking to girls. I would talk so much shit to girls that we would go over their house and they started unbuttoning my shirt, and I get scared. I mean, I could talk a good game, and yes, I kissed girls in the bushes, truth and dare, hide and go get it. There were times where I was naked with a girl and I was just so nervous I couldn't get my dick hard. I was just naked. I would talk a lot of good shit, and I would get from what I was talking, but I didn't know what to do next. You know what I mean? There was no next for me. It was just but also my sister, before I met my mentor, my sister was popular. So I would always ask my sister, because my sister was so popular, she would have sleepovers, slumber parties, whatever. So they call it spend the night back in the day. And we didn't have much money, so I had to stay in the same room with my sister. But when she had slumber parties, I had to sleep in the living room. So when I was sleeping in the living room, when she had the older girls come, they would sneak at nighttime and they would well, hey, look, I won't call it molesting. They were educating me. I was like their kissing doll. You know what I mean? They would
Hmm.
they would touch me and kiss me and all that other stuff. So I was learning a little bit that way. I still didn't learn too much until I tried to learn game. But again, well, then my mother was divorced when she was 2. So when I was 2, so I would visit my dad in Baltimore. But then I moved to Virginia Beach with my stepdad, who
Hmm.
was just he is what you see today. I'm split from both dads. My real dad's personality, but my dad has arrogance. My stepdad was no tolerance. He didn't play. Like if I kissed a girl and I got in trouble, I got my ass whipped. If I
Right.
I didn't come home when the lights were on, I got my ass whipped. I mean, I would stump down the stairs. He slapped the shit out of me. If I dropped the toilet seat, he make me raise that bitch all night long. I mean, but he taught me. Now again, it's not abuse. I love what he did because that's why I am what I am today, because I don't play. I don't fucking that's from him.
Right.
I don't bullshit. But my arrogance that you see all this shit from my father. So I'm a combination of both those men, you know what I mean? So but that wasn't game for me. Game didn't. Am I talking too long? Am I?
Nah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. Spit. We
I listen.
listening. We
Okay.
listening.
So game happened for me when in the neighborhood in Maryland there was this one guy that was the cool guy. There was this one dude that every time we went to the basketball court, it was like a soap opera. Women would bring him food, crying. Guys, he was just cool with the guys. Women love. He was just that motherfucker. You know what I mean? He was just that. He wasn't a pimp. He was more like a hustler, baller type, player type. He wasn't pimping or nothing.
Right.
But he was just that motherfucker. And we were always like, teach us game, teach us. He's like, man, get the fuck out of my face, bitch. Y'all, I mean, he would talk. You see how I talk to people, right? He would talk to me like that when I was young. He would talk to us all that way. So one day, he was like, all right, fuck it. Y'all want to learn some game? Meet me at the courtyard this time, blah, blah, blah. We all got to the courtyard. He stands in front of all us little fucking kids and shit. Say, who wants to learn game? All right. Who wants money? That's the first thing. Who wants money? So we're all excited. Me. He digs in his pocket. He grabs pennies, dimes, and nickels and throws that shit on the ground and just stands there. And whoever got down there, part of me, a few people got down there. Everybody was laughing at all that shit. So that motherfucker said, you guys go over there. Everybody get the fuck out of my face, bitch. Y'all ain't motherfucking. And everybody said, huh, wait, what do you mean? Why would you say that? He said, look, let me tell you the first lesson of the game. If you say you're going to do something and you have the opportunity and your thoughts don't line on your behaviors, then you can't be a student of the game. So when I asked you, do you want money? You thought money was a dollar bill, a $5, a $10, a $50, or a $20, or $100 bill. But when you had the opportunity to get money, which means that penny is a penny more in your bank account, that nickel is a nickel more in your bank account, and that dime is a more in your bank account. When the opportunity presented itself, you didn't take it. So for those reasons alone, you're not teachable in this thing. I guess it was a test something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but that got me into the game.
Right.
And then as I'm into the game, I learned a few years later that the game was not about women. See, I thought the game was about women because of the way I was seeing it from the outside. I was looking at it from an I do, which I always talk about the I do's and I am. I was looking from an I do, the outside world. But I had no idea as I became a student of the game what I learned. But I mean, we could stop at that point. But that's how I got into it through that, big guy.
Right. So you didn't have, because a lot of these guys have these heartbreak stories, and they have these, oh, I got my heart broken, she let me down. And I try to explain to people, like, especially in our communities, a lot of the times it don't go like that. It's just the culture. We see our pops, our uncles, they was ladies, man, and we just kind of grow into it. It's not this I got my heart broken, so I want to get revenge on all these hoes, and just, it's not that. It's just a part of the culture. And I think a lot of the white guys, or guys who don't come from our type of background, don't really understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and I talk about culture and heartbreak real quick. Like, you look at culture, and that's something I always say. Again, I'm not here to talk about racism or race and everything.
Right.
You got to understand, everybody came to the Americas in different ways. Some came above the boat, and some came below the boat. You know what I mean? So, we all have different pathways, but since the dawn of time, everybody's been taken from us. You know what I mean? Everybody's been, and this is the truth. I mean, Elvis was not the king of fucking rock and roll. His ass went to the black side and learned. I mean, everybody learned game. And people thought Blondie was the first rapper because she went to New York City with Fab Five Freddy, saw black people rapping. She picked up a few bars. She went on MTV at the time, was only for white people because Michael Jackson, Prince, they got on later on. But when Blondie came on, she was the first woman rapping on MTV. Nobody knows about that, but people thought she invented rap. But they don't know about Dolomite and all this other stuff. But anyway, but yeah, so they've always been taken from us. But like you said, so even since slavery days, we found ways to communicate with ourselves, even if it was through songs or rhythm and beats and all that other stuff. So what we've always had was game. Not to say white people didn't have it, because there were mobsters, emperors, and kings. They all had game in their own way. It's just that we had to work a little bit harder for it because we were we were less than a man. You know what I mean? We were scum. We weren't shit. We weren't even recognized as men. You know what I mean? I mean, again, I
Right.
don't want to get into all that, but you're saying that we wasn't recognized. But getting into the heartbreak part again, and we'll talk about it if you want to, because I talk about I've got my the 24-year-old broke my ass on when I was 14. Broke my heart. But it was
A
the best thing. When I
24-year-old and a 14?
yeah, no, because I fucked her. I got the pussy at 13, but when I was 14 and she was 25, she
Right.
taught me the greatest lesson, a game about the drug of you. See, I didn't know about. See, and we'll talk about that later. We'll get into that
Right.
later. But yeah, but I just want to say yes, I got my heart broken. So I just want to be honest. I am
I
not
did
ashamed.
too. I did
Yeah,
too. I done got
holding on
I
to
done
pillows
got
like a little.
right. I done got my ass handed to me a few times. But that's
Yeah.
the price. And I try to tell these cats, that's the price of playing the game. You're gonna take
Yes.
bumps, you're gonna take scrapes, you're gonna take bruises, but it's how you bounce back from that. See, these cats,
Motherfucking right.
they take a L, then they get on the internet, talk about hypergamy this and
I mean, you check that shit out. They go this bullshit right here. Yeah, see that? He got them. I got my boy laughing. He ain't expecting. See, like you gonna get me. I got him. God damn it. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, they get on with the hypergamy and all that shit. We'll get on that a little bit later, but because I want to,
Yeah.
I kind of want to get your origin as you growing into what you is now. But that was funny. That was hilarious. What was it that? Because I heard you mention the Gigolo thing, right? What was it that got you into from you're going from a student of the game, learning the game. What got you into the Gigolo game? And for the listeners, the young listeners who don't know, explain what a Gigolo is.
All right. Well, first, a gigolo is somebody that gets paid for women, not for fucking. Everyone thinks it's fucking. It's for I fill in the gaps that their men can't fill in. So,
Right.
a boyfriend, lover, husband, roommate, I'm the guy that fills in the gaps. But in order to understand the origin of the gigolo, there were three huge moments that got me into this. The first moment was my mentor wanted to show me that the game was not about women, which it was a lesson he told me. He told me it was just like, remember Friday, there was that what was that bitch name across the street? Miss
Parker.
Miss Parker, right? So
Miss
there was
Parker.
like kind of like a Miss Parker type woman. And he was going to show me a lesson in how cold game is. So he made me go into the closet and he gave me a mirror. And if you put the mirror underneath the closet, you can see the reflection on the other side. So I was in the mirror. He brought a Miss Parker type chick in his bedroom, sat on the bed with her, sat right beside her, and he was just in her ear. And while he was in her ear, she started taking her clothes off, rubbing her pussy and all this other stuff. And he had his clothes on the whole time. But he was teaching me a lesson. He was like, this is what I need you to do. He said, see, it's your mouthpiece. Again, it's not, again, this is where not your height, size, how fat you are. It's tapping into the pussy that's in her mind versus the one between her legs. So in order for you to get your mouthpiece right, he made me watch a white guy with an afro by the name of Bob Ross. Okay, Bob Ross is a white painter that used to come on PBS. So he was like, "Hey everybody, I'm Bob Ross," and he would have a blank canvas, and at the end of the show, he would have a painting. And the reason why he wanted me to learn that part was every woman you meet is what? A blank canvas. And if you can say the right words and paint the right pictures with your mouthpiece, she is going to be willing to fuck you versus you running behind her. So then he started making me do poetry. He started me make. I had to, I started with roses or red. Man, motherfucker, write poetry, bitch. And I was like, okay. And I kept writing. I kept working on poetry. So I started writing poetry. And for people to understand poetry, everybody that listens to rap is poetry. Singing is poetry. They're lyrics. They're words. This is all it fucking is. So that was another thing. The next thing that did it was my heartbreak. Okay, my heartbreak got me. Now again, I don't know if my mentor did this or set me up with this pussy, but there was a lesson learned because the woman that was fucking me, she would like if I'm playing video games, she'd be sucking my dick. You know what I mean? It's like everything I was doing everything I was doing, she would always fuck or suck my dick or do something sexual.
Right.
So one day she just yanked the cord, just cut me off. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I was crying like a little bitch. I was holding on to pillows. I was singing sad songs. My dad was like, "What's wrong with you, boys?" And nothing. I want to talk. I don't feel it. Wait. No, guys, I don't want no one to feel sorry for me because that was my awakening. It was my awakening because what she was teaching me was you can be as powerful as fentanyl. Well, today, but back then it was probably like cocaine, whatever. But you can be as powerful as the most powerful drug by incorporating yourself into a woman where she begins to miss you and fiend for you like an alcoholic. So, but because she was a woman, she wanted me to feel what women are gonna go through. That was some fucked up shit, but I get it. So I understand. So I felt that, but it was an awakening, realizing that I possess a power that I don't need to go for your pussy. I need to show you why you should be fucking me. Thus, connecting to the underground syndicate that I was in. See, all around us, there's secret societies and syndicates. Don't want to get too much into that, but I was a part of something greater. But that's where I connected my dot, because also with the puzzle pieces, I had to do that, but that was later on. But I connected the dot because my mentor never tried to get pussy. The pussy always came to him. I just didn't understand why. But I started to see that I needed to, all these things came together. So as I started going along, what happened was she started passing me around to other older women and stuff. But what I was learning is that you got to learn game to get in certain positions. So let me tell you 2 roads I took to get to fucking. The first thing was I would go to art schools. That's why I always tell my clients, like in August, always go to the art district because they do nude modeling. And nude modeling, art is shapes. It doesn't matter how shaped you are. But what happens is trophy wives who have nothing to do all day, they usually go to these art things and paint and draw and sculpt or whatever, just buying time, number one. Another thing I learned was also getting around. I would always take $60 with me when I went to the club because I was running game on the club guy. So I paid the bouncer 20, the DJ 20, and the bartender 20 because I was trying to position, because I was taught the game was more about position. So I did those things to position myself to what? Get in touch with the owner of the club. See, the owner of the club wanted to be cool. He's the nerdy guy. He's the nerdy guy with money.
Right.
So on Saturdays, I knew that they would go play basketball with the DJ, the bouncer, and the thing, because those are the cool guys to the owner. He's like, he's the nerdy guy, but he wants to play basketball to hang out with the cool guys. So I needed to get in that meet. I need to get there. But the only way I had to get there was I had to invest the money into the bouncer, the DJ, which helped me anyway, because when I would go to the clubs that were full of a line, he see me, I get to go in. If I walk up to a woman and I start talking to her, the bartender bring me my drink. If I walked into the thing and they knew I was coming, I would get a shout out. Then when I got hooked with the owner, I would get a reserve. I mean, so there's so much game, there's so many layers of game and all this shit. But there is always a party after the club. It's not an after party; it's an after party. And I think I was listening to Kevin Hart and Jay-Z the other day. See, we're happy to get in the door, but there's a door behind that door that people don't even know about. That's what they were talking about. People don't even know that. That's how deep the shit is. So the thing is that I wanted to get to the door behind the door where I could rub elbows with rich white men, and I can also fuck all these women. And it was the best of both worlds. So what happened was, see, once you get one piece of pussy, and it was weird how it even started. Now, so I got all these things rolling and rocking. One day, an old guy comes up to me, and starts talking to me. Now, for a lot of guys, y'all be like, "Man, dude, get out the fuck out my face. Let me show you how fucking someone's wife goes." Husband and wife sit down, or they'll leave what I call Elysium. They'll leave their rich ass fucking neighborhood, their Beverly Hills, whatever. They'll come into our neighborhood because they want a stud. You know what I mean? So the wife and the husband gets off on it. Before there was cuckolding. So remember, this is before the even word cuckold was even a word. It was going on. So The wife noticed me. The husband had to vet me first. Husband vetted me. We all cool. And he said, "Hey, buddy, why don't you come sit over with me and my wife? Sit over with the wife." Then I got to talk to both of them together. Then the wife would signal him, which he did. And he said, "Oh, okay, I'm going to get some more drinks for us. I'll be right back." So her and I can have a vet 101. And then when he comes back, sits down, she gives him the signal of, "Okay, well, you know what? Hey, let's get out of here. Hey, we got a room, da 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 da." And there you go. So I kind of got my toes in there by fucking someone's wife while he was watching. But here's the thing: the thing about underground orgies and threesomes and shit like that, swinging, it's a network. It's an underground network everywhere that people don't even know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, but the thing is business has to be kept off the street. You can't talk about like high seven, six figure, and high salary women
Mm-hmm.
who are pillars of the community, charity organizations. You know, they cut the ribbon. They're walking around with the Girl Scout cookies and all that other shit. These are the same motherfuckers that are doing the nastiest shit in every neighborhood all around you, and you just don't know. So what happened was the woman started showing me that, look, okay, now you got all the skills. Don't waste it on just fucking. Get something out that shit. And
Mm.
so then what I started doing is I started positioning myself in the orgies, doing a little bit of shit, but also using the poetry, using my creativity. Then I started hooking them in. And then see, once you're in, you're in. And once you're in, they like when you were small, did you ever have baseball cards? Like you remember
Yeah.
the little football cards with a piece of bubble gum in it, that hard
Yeah.
ass gum and shit?
Yeah.
Well, once you're in, it's like Jan says to Julie, "Well, I got Dre. Hey, why don't you try my Dre?" And then she's like, "Oh, well, why don't you try my Steve?" And what they'll do is they'll swap a Dre for her. Julie will get Dre, and Tammy will get Steve. You see what I'm saying? It'll be a switch, but
Mm-hmm.
they will like try what I have, and they will pass you around to every. I mean, you're not only you get passed around, but you're also in the orgies or I got someone that has a wife that she want two guys to fuck her, or she wants another woman, another guy. You free. I mean, so and then you get paid. I mean, they would put the money on the table and all the other stuff. But as a gigolo, I thought it was about the fucking. Had I known, wow, it has nothing to do with the fucking. It's about holding her. It's
Mm.
about rubbing the side of her fucking face. It's about tickling her, being in the bath with her. I mean, everything that the husband, like I said before, the husband or boyfriend is not doing, I
Mm-hmm.
had to fill in those gaps. But as I was
Ah.
filling those gaps, I was still evolving. I was still working on my poetry. I was still, winding above my bed, working on my crib, and I was working on my scribe and all that. I was still constantly moving, constantly moving. The reason I got out was because there's a rule to it. See, people don't understand when you deal with fucking people that have money. We're talking about one percenters, or
Right.
sometimes they're not 1%, but we people money. They don't like the word no. They don't like the word no.
Right.
And the
Right.
problem was again the drug of me, my arrogance fucked things up because the one I did what I did to, she got so hooked she wanted to leave her situation and she felt that she could control me. See, when they get in tune with you, because that's my job to hook you in, because I'm hooking
Right.
you on that money. But she was so in tune that she wanted to control me. She didn't want me with anybody else. And if I was with somebody else, she got mad. Because again, listen, I was making $4.35. I had to ride two buses to go to work. Had a small apartment. I have much clothes or anything. So all that money, I didn't have anything. But I was driving her fucking BMWs and shit. She would take me on money, a skirt. We would spend money on me, leave money on the table, buy me jewelry, all that. She would just, but the thing I had to
Investing.
let go. Right. She tried to buy me a car. That's when
Mm-hmm.
I got out. Because because the car means you own me. I don't know. I
Yeah.
won't keep taking the butt. No, you can't own me. And that's the problem. When they fall in love, they wanna leave everything behind. I want to leave you. I want to be with you. And it got too because I didn't know the power that I learned at 14 that tapped into a woman at her core. See, a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of women have never reached their core. And
Right.
what I mean by core is a lot of women, they in their mindset, they can only go as far as their mind takes them, right? So watch
Gotcha.
this, peep game. So if all they deal with is surface dwellers or average motherfuckers from 1 to 10, all they're dealing with is 1 and 2 type motherfucking guys. Where is their motherfucking edge? At 1 and 2. So when they meet a Dre or someone like me coming along and their mindset is stuck at 1 and 2, and we're not a 10, we're 1,000, we're 1,000,000.
Right.
It is a it 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 fucks them up because they don't realize what they can be with us, and then they want to invest in us, like you said. You see, what I'm saying, game. So it was so many things that was going on that I was learning and stuff. But for me, I was always like this, and this is why I got out of the society or syndicate where I was in, because they're all about keeping the things in house.
Right.
I'm about, well, there are people out there that listen, there are people out there that want to learn that don't know this information. But
Mm-hmm.
but even in my book, right, see, everybody can't get, you can't buy your way into the game. See, everybody thinks that they can just, pay you or me and try to buy their way into the game. It
Right.
doesn't work that way.
Right.
Like, okay, you ever watch kung fu movie theaters? Like, you ever watch Shaolin, like Shaw
When I
Brothers,
was young,
Five
when I
Deadly
was a
Venoms? You ever
kid, yeah.
Okay. So there was one called the 36 Chambers. Give you an example of what's going on. So the 36 Chambers, the guy comes to the Shaolin Temple because he sneaks in and he wants to learn karate. He wants to learn kung fu. So they finally allow him to come in to learn. So they ask him, where do you want to go? And this is the mind of the regular man. I want to go to the 35th chamber. I want to go. I want to go all the way to the top. Like, I want to learn trigonometry, and I don't know how to count at all. So the motherfucker goes to the 35th chamber, can't even get through the door. So what he did was he started from the first chamber and worked his way up, and then created the 36th chamber once he became a student of the game. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's what people don't understand about game. People think just because you say the word game, and I know we're gonna be talking about those catchwords like those PUAs. Even because you say the word game does not mean it's a fuck you, Dre. It doesn't mean it's actually gay. You see what I'm saying? I don't mean to
Right.
keep running my mouth, but I just got. I
Nah,
mean, it
nah.
just.
Hey man, you
Yeah,
spitting, man. Like
yeah.
I'm letting you flow. Let him flow, and it's gonna
Yeah, but you
come
feel
out.
it. But you feel where I'm
Yeah.
coming from, shit. You know what I
Damn
mean?
right. Damn
So,
right.
so that started the Gigolo thing. I mean, I'm sorry, it was a long story for it, but that's how I started doing all the shit. But then after I got out, and I did some other things and shit, and then I got out the game because I mean, what is left after you orgies, threesomes, fuck guys' wives, just have a woman tell me to jerk off in her eggs and shit type shit. I mean, I done it all.
That's
Wait, what
crazy.
else, what else is it left? But then because I was learning game as I was evolving, I then wanted to elevate my game because again, I go back to we were talking about our ancestors. Our ancestors, came in under the boat for you and I, and they recognized what they were, and they wanted to have sons because they wanted the bloodline to continue, even though it was taken away from them in the motherland,
Right.
right? So they wanted to continue the bloodline, and the importance of family and name was huge to them. And like right now, I always tell people that they don't understand. You and I are our ancestors are living through us right now. I mean,
Right.
we are genetically through them. So it was at a point where I said, you know what? I'm ready to duplicate me. I, I,
Right.
I want I want me because I even at 15 I knew how to navigate a relationship to find a wife because I
Right.
created that. So even at 15, so I wanted a family because even when I'm dead, I want my motherfucking name to go on past me. That's
Right.
how adamant I was for me. It was going beyond me at that point because people don't say as you. I mean, I get excited about this because it's just
Right.
because the game is so fucking. It's just the depth
The
and
depth, it
range
just
of
go
it.
deep and deep and deep.
Yeah, it's just so exciting. But the more you grow and the more you evolve and all that shit, Dre, the more you do it, you then go beyond you because then you'll realize that I'm just one vessel like my ancestors. And you know what? But my arrogance, I'm not gonna kill my bloodline off because some YouTube. We'll get in that shit later. But I'm not gonna
Yeah,
kill my
yeah,
fucking.
yeah. Especially
But
especially that piece right there, because I have a certain stance on that, but we'll
mhm,
get into that later. But
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
want you to
But
do real quick,
yes, sir.
what I
Yes, sir.
want you to do real quick, as far as the gigolo thing,
Yes.
um, what was probably not probably what would you can say that you took the most from the gigolo game, like the biggest lesson you learned, good or bad, right or wrong,
Oh,
that you took with
biggest
you that stays with you.
biggest lesson I learned is that women are just lonely as fuck. They are desperate for men. they will take a man with other women just to have a piece of a man. Because remember, like I told you, Dre, all they get is average motherfuckers, high school motherfuckers. Same grown ass men who are high school can't talk, can't ask what they want. They cry like a bunch of bitches. They want motherfucking men. They want somebody to say, you know what? Allow me to be that whore for you without you judging me. No, but don't call me a whore, make me feel like a whore. Allow me to be one to you, to show you that I want to work for you. Because I always say, Dre, the thing I take away from this is that every woman is not sexy. She's not sexy, beautiful, or desirable. Motherfucker, I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, and I'm desirable. So when I meet her, I'm asking, what the fuck are you doing to get my fucking attention?
Right.
What are you doing to be worth my time? What are you doing to be worth my respect? Because I tell guys, I don't fall in love. I fall into respect. Fuck love. Let them fall in love. I fall into respect. Fuck that shit. Serious. Real talk. DJ. And also, last but not least, the dick. You don't get the dick. The dick is withheld from the marketplace like diamond. She's got to go to Gander fucking Mountain, get on her fucking boots and climb like fucking Smeagol on fucking Lord of the Rings to get my fucking ring, my last name, and my dick, because that's my value and worth that I have for myself.
Right. Good shit. That's good shit. Fire. Hey, Steve, man, it's just like, I just want to keep letting you talk, man. I'm like, fuck, my questions just keep going because
we go slow. I got
you
you,
flowing, and it's just so much game, and a lot of it is resonate with me. Like when you say, "Oh, I don't fall in love, I fall in respect." Like I was just telling a client today, like I'm like, bro, he's all in love with his girl, but the girl ain't in love with him. She likes him, she cares about him, but he can't seem to capture her. I'm like, you competing with her, bro. She want to be in love. You fighting her to be who could be the fucking most in love and shit. It's not about love. You create the love for her to thrive in, and you operate on respect, and you operate on how she treats you, and that's where you stay at, and you basically pull the strings. But these guys don't understand that.
Well, real quick, The Wizard of Oz came out in 1940. So I use this because I always tell people this: before the internet, there was life. Basically, these women are like the Great Wizard of Oz. They just try to be mighty and powerful, but when you pull that fucking curtain back, they are the most insecure, fucking low self-worth. They don't have shit going on for themselves, and they hide behind makeup, push-up bras, and tight clothes. If you can just get past that first layer and show them they ain't shit, serious, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Show they ain't shit, then you go get it. But see, your boy is in love with the makeup. See, he in love that the bitch knows how to put her weave on and shit like that. Fuck these motherfuckers. And I don't mean it like mean, but fuck them. I'm about me, bitch. What are you doing for me? I don't give a fuck. Listen, Jay, this is how crazy I am. I don't give a fuck. She can reject me because I'm not a rejection. I don't give a fuck. That's none of my business what that bitch do. I'm harder on myself when I get the bitch, Dre.
Right.
Because how my mind is, because when I see the bitch, I see her and I'm betting on myself. Steve, how many moves gonna take you to get that bitch to suck your dick?
Right.
And I bet you I bet you do that in bed. I bet you do that shit. And I bet, and as I'm walking over my bed, and then when I pull her, I'm like, fuck, man.
Right.
I did not get her faster. I got her, but I'm not satisfied with the wins. I don't give a fuck about losses. The losses I learned as they're learns. They're not losses. See, I don't lose. I never lose because I'm
lose,
motherfucking
I learn.
Right, lose, I fucking learn. Yeah. That's you already know, bro.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah. So with that being said, a lot of these guys today have the game misconstrued. And to be honest, I think it's probably the first time I'm gonna say this. I mean, I've voiced my disdain for a lot of stuff that goes on today. But a lot of these guys have the game fucked up on these YouTube streets. These PUAs, these red pill guys. Now, let me preface it and say this. I do appreciate movements and organizations that teach men not to be taken advantage of. So I can't, certain things, cool, but it waters down the game so much, and it's so frustrating because they're representing things wrong. You got hypergamy. Like they have this thing that's like, oh, women want the best that they can get, and then it's like, so what? Like that's what she's supposed to want. Like if you got daughters, right? And it's like she's supposed to want the best that she can get. Oh, she's gonna monkey branch. No, she gonna monkey branch from you because you ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, they teaching these young kids this, and then they come to me or you, and it's like, bro, you losing. Like it's like you got the game completely fucked up. It makes me mad because it's poisoning. It's almost like male feminism, to be honest, to me.
Yeah, it's a setup. See, it's so much deeper. Okay, well, let me get to that hypergamy thing before I say what I say. See, you're right. Hey, okay, I guess what women want, but who the fuck gives a fuck about what the fuck she wants? I'm the goddamn need. I'm not a fucking want. So if
Right.
she wants to, if listen, I always tell guys around Mother's Day, even your mother works for women. Because if you don't, I always tell guys, you don't believe me? Tell your mother you're going on a date and ask her what should I do, and your own mother gonna lie to you. Forget, oh, be a gentleman, open the door for her, tell her how pretty she is, bring her flowers, maybe take her if there's a puddle, just do that, all that bullshit, and then look, ask her about your daddy. He won shit. He didn't listen. He did what he wanted to do. He was a Rolling Stone. He was da da da. But it's like, well, then why'd you fuck him? Why would you lie to me? You see, it's even your own mother. So the want shit, I don't give a fuck what she wants. She can want what she wants. That's what women do that are emotional. I am the need. I'm not a fucking want. So that shit, I don't give a fuck if she goes up, down, left, or right, because I'm gonna leave a candle in the window. If she ain't riding with me, fuck her. But she's always gonna come back because remember, 14, I'm the drug.
Mm-hmm.
See, I get them on the comeback. Yeah, you know, there can't be no hypergamy when I'm letting you go. I don't care what you do. Matter of fact, hey Dre, I'm so arrogant, and I tell my guys all the time, if a woman's going on a date, she'd be a great cheerleader. Let's go on video, let's go find you something nice to wear. You know what? Wait,
Right.
is he a titty man or ass man? Oh no, that shirt ain't good enough. Get that one over there. That shows your cleavage. Hey, you go out there and be somebody. And you know what? They're gonna call right back and start crying. See, I know you didn't love me. You won't let me that. Look, if you want to go see someone that you ain't, hey, listen, you are not going to coerce me. I'm always going to stand on my square, but a lot of motherfuckers don't know about squares. But getting to the PUAs, what people don't know is that it's the same thing. A lot of non-melanin people went across the street, grabbed a bunch of bullshit, took the word game, slapped it on this thing that looked like a Bible. Because again, if it looked like a Bible, you're grabbing people that are religious. It looks like a
Mm-hmm.
Bible, and use the word game to make you think that it's actually game. When all it is just tactics to manipulate, lie, and deceive women. And see,
Right.
people don't even know the history of it because I've been through the history. I've been through it
Yeah.
all. See,
Yeah. Break
people
it
don't
down.
realize that. Ask guys questions. When do you think hypergamy, going your own way, be on your purpose, and all close money status? Remember that shit wasn't going on in the 90s and early 2000s. You want to know why? Because everybody was living off the high off the hog in the PUA. See, PUAs used to be an underground thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have these things called layers. And these layers were all over the world where they were passing around recipes to manipulate women. That's all they would do. They would do sergeant negging and all this silly ass shit. Remember, women didn't know about that. So they
Mm-hmm.
were gold diggers and all this other shit. But what happened was it was August, I think it was August 6th or August 7th, 2006 or 2007, where everything changed because what was underground came above ground when the pickup artist went on VH1. The
Mm.
day the pickup artist went on VH1 is when everything changed. People don't believe. Watch that. Look at that timeline because there was no women are bad, women were the scourge. It wasn't that until that happened because at that point, women started to realize that not only were these guys trying to manipulate us, but they didn't have any game. So
Mm-hmm.
then the hunted became the hunters. And then the guys who were getting hunted were getting chewed the fuck up. Then all of a sudden we need to start complaining. Thus, the Met towels and everything rolled, the no faps and all that bullshit. All these words and shit started rolling out.
Right.
People never do their history. They never do their homework to learn that. But see, while this was going on, I was still like this, still teaching game. I never we were still like this, going a straight line. I
Mm-hmm.
was not the most popular one because I didn't teach lies, gimmicks, tricks, but I knew about the pickup artists. I knew when they invited me to a meeting. They invited me to a meeting, and they would sit there and get around and find out ways to manipulate guys out their money. The one thing that blew me away, they had a green screen. I didn't even know what the fuck green screen was. It was a big piece of green. That's the first time I ever seen a green screen.
Right.
What they did was they would put a chair in front of the green, and then they would put library books in front of that all around the chair and the green. And then they would superimpose a library behind the green, have a woman standing there, and it makes it look like the guy is picking up the woman outside in the library. There were so many tactics they were doing to manipulate guys. It's like what we're seeing right now happened before. It was a manipulation of it. It's just like really cults. All this stuff is cult mentality because a woman can't do nothing to a man that he doesn't allow her to do. So how can you have a bad relationship if you checking that bitch from the jump? If you letting that bitch know you get out of line, you motherfucker. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I love my life. I love what I created. You fuck up my world, you gone. Do you understand me? And look, you get one because you got to test and bite. What we learned when we were young is biting the gold.
Right.
A woman's going to test one time to see if you're real gold or fool's gold. So she going to try you one time. And is at that moment is going to set your relationship. Because let me tell you something. Look, there's many times, bro, I look, no, hey, this ain't going to happen again. But not going to happen again. You do that shit again, you're gone. But here's the best part. Do you understand me? No, no. Do you understand? You ain't about that. Click right. Then a week later, you call, hey, how you doing? Do you understand me?
Right.
we this bitch before we move forward. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have problems. See, listen, I've been married 23 years. It'll be 23 years with no problems, no arguments, no fights because I control what I have. But also what they're doing is they're knocking old women. Listen, everybody's going to hit the wall. But here's the problem with these young men. They're going to hit that fucking wall called the midlife crisis. And they don't even understand where they're going towards because they don't want to have families. In which, again, I'm not here to say have a family. But I hate motherfuckers trying to tell you not to.
Right.
See, I'm not here to say have one or not to have one. If you ask me the question, I'll give you the answer. But I don't even say move in with the bitch. Because the only reason you should move with a bitch is because you want to go towards marriage. And the only way you should fucking have a kid with a bitch or get married is to have kids. Outside of that, you shouldn't be doing any of that shit, to be real with you. So, but it's so much damaging these young men, and then they see us as the bad guys because we're trying to teach them something that's authentic.
Right.
Authentic.
Right. Yeah, I get looked at amongst this community a lot. Well, not this community because my guys, this side of the internet, we the cool, we the real cool, right? But amongst those guys, I go on some of their shows sometimes. It's like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. It's like, if I lived this shit. I didn't get my persona on the internet. I didn't, I didn't learn this shit from nobody else. I've been in the streets. I've been in the game all my life. You see what I'm saying? I came from the dark side to save you motherfuckers. I don't need I don't need to. That's why my name Captain Saber, bro. But I don't I didn't learn this shit. Who did you learn that from? I didn't learn it from nobody. I learned it from being out here. You see what I'm saying? So the authentic guys tend to get because those guys don't know better. And they've joined their cults. And their cult leaders have a way of making the kind of shunning the real and shunning the truth and shunning the light. Whereas you don't need to be, to believe in, like you say, to be honest, the a lot of that red pill shit is garbage. I did a show breaking down like the top red pill bullshit. And again, let me say this. Anything that's for helping men become better as far as not being taken advantage of and hurt by women, I'm all for it because that's why I do this. However, right, a lot of that shit is bullshit. Like they got this one that's like, oh, a woman can never love you and shit. It's like, who? They can't never love you. I've seen a bitch steal from her mama for me. And if that ain't love, I don't know what it is. You feel what I'm saying?
They'll do anything, brother. That's why I look forward to August because August, I always tell them this is a new batch of bitches. So as soon as she, a high school girl, as soon as she throw that fucking hat up in the air, turns into a college motherfucking woman. That is no longer around her daddy, no more supervision, and she's ready to let her fucking sexuality bloom. And that's why they fuck guys like us versus these young motherfuckers, because they want experience. They don't want, well, it's okay. They don't want that fucking cake ass shit.
Right,
So
right,
yeah, I feel you. That's real
right,
motherfucking talk.
right. Now you touched on marriage. And
Yes.
I
Yeah.
saw a video on your page the other day, looking at your Instagram that touched me, bro. Like it really, like I damn near teared up. I ain't gonna lie.
What was it? What was it?
Father's Day, man, because I'm a father myself, right?
Yes.
I'm a
Yes.
father myself. When they got you the truck,
Yes.
how happy
Oh
you
yeah,
were,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah. It
how
was,
happy you
yeah,
were. And I always try to tell these young guys, like, and you mentioned legacy and shit. Like, I'm not telling
yeah,
you don't have a
yeah,
kid or get married or don't get married or whatever, but I think it's important for men to replicate and duplicate and leave something. I think that's why we here. So I try to tell guys, I try to stay away from telling guys, oh, don't get married or don't have kids. Nah, have kids, bro. It's a beautiful thing to see that type of love, to see
oh
that type of
yeah,
appreciation. And it's very
yeah.
important because you leave a piece of you, and your game permeates society
Mm-hmm.
forever. Like they be like, Nick
Yeah, I
Cannon,
call it my
I
hot
see
potato.
exactly what Nick Cannon is doing. You see what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah, making some moves.
talk on the
Yeah,
importance of of family and structure
yeah,
and
that's everything.
what comes
Yeah.
with that.
Well, what comes with it is you get to see you, you get to see you all over again. It's nothing like watching cartoon. Again, I still watch SpongeBob. I tell
Yeah.
everybody, y'all can judge me. I'm a nerd, sci-fi, geeky motherfucker. I just a big kid
Yeah.
because I love watching SpongeBob, Wiggles with the kids, Dora the Explorer. It's not Blue's Clues when that was hit. It's nothing like seeing the look on their face when they see you or jump on you or look
Right.
for you for guidance. And it just is nothing like knowing I can leave this world knowing I've got people that can carry my name the right way, be great men and be great women, and carry themselves the right way. Because I always tell guys, you don't know if you might have the next president of the United States in your nutsack. You don't
Right.
fucking know. You might have the next Bill Gates. You just don't know what you have, right?
Right.
So, but for me, it was all about again. This is bloodline. Again, the mental state that one will have. And again, like I said, I will say it adamantly before. This is not. I am never telling you to get married.
Right.
I'm just telling what it is for me. That's all I'm
Right.
doing for me.
Right.
That's my evolved state as I've gone beyond thinking of even thinking of thinking. I mean, just beyond the thought of it. Remember the door that goes beyond that door? Well, when you open that door opens a million other doors, and people don't even understand. I mean, it's just the depth is so great that how can I not? How I would never ever. To me, that was a great disrespect to my first ancestor who came, because the reason why I'm here is because of him. So if they were on YouTube back then, I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be
Right.
here right now. But because they knew what family was, who would I be to stop something that began so long ago that was so great that
Right.
I'm embodying all my ancestors right now. I am
Right.
embodying them. Thus, my sons are going to embody me and all of them. So to me, I had to go beyond. I had to go beyond me, because again, I always tell guys, I laugh because I'll be 51 in August. So I tell them I'm excited. I'm going towards my demise. I'm cool. I fucking lived. I like
Right.
like Vikings. Like, people don't understand. People never understood why Vikings like, just give me my sword and let me die right and all this other shit. Look, I've done it all. I am great, and I know I'm going towards my end. I'm not saying the end is tomorrow, but
Right.
I have accepted that, and I'm fine with it. So I'm making all the necessary moves to be able to carry the children, to be a great grandfather. I mean,
Yeah.
even on Friday, I've got to drive 4 hours to go get some miniature sheeps to be because again, I created this. We got a miniature farm for the grandkids. We set this up. We see marriage to me was okay. When me and my woman got together, we were in a small apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But here was the thing. We had a plan. Okay, we're not gonna go out all the time. We're gonna we're gonna have kids, but we're gonna build for college and all this other stuff. But our plan was from apartment to uh, lease a house. So we leased houses. From leasing a house, we moved to buy a house.
Right.
Then after we moved to buy a house, we built a 7 bedroom house because the kids are bigger. We built a 5,000 7 bedroom
Oh
house. If you
damn.
ever see me in the basketball court,
Yeah, yeah,
you ever
yeah.
see the things with me, the basketball court, the
It looked
arcade,
like
and
I
all
got
that
a
stuff.
ranch I was looking at.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, that's not the rent. That's next. That's the last part. So
Oh,
after we
okay.
built the house, we went. Now we're setting to our into for the grandkids. So now we have 4 acres. Now we grab 4 acres and we're setting up everything for the grandkids. We're having miniature horses, goats, and stuff where they can come over
Real
and
alpha
play.
male shit.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Right. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's why. But see, that's why it was like, well, show me your woman, show me receipt. I don't show. Remember, I don't show receipts. But
Yeah.
remember, I'm about what I am, not what I do. My marriage is what I do. That's not who
Right.
the fuck I am.
Right.
So I don't share that part of my life. And if you need my receipt, then you don't need to be around me. So fuck you. I'm
Right.
not gonna share it.
Right. And it's like, what receipt do you need if I've been spitting for 15 years every fucking day for 3 hours a day? It's like, I've been doing this for 4 years, put out videos every day. Receipts for what? Take the game, and I'm giving you free game that could change your life. My students are receipt. How about this? Because I hate that shit too. How about this? Give me your girl Instagram page, and I'll show you a motherfucking receipt, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They don't want to do that.
But as a proud father in marriage, one thing I always love to show is my children.
Right.
That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of everything I do. But I mean, when my son gets I guess a Kuma La Lada or whatever the fuck it is, like, and he's like the top accolade in college.
Mhm.
He's going in psychiatry. My daughter's going into being the first doctor of the family. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing it first, and again, if everybody's seen it, I've always showed the kids. I've always. Because
Right.
this is my legacy. I'm proud of what the fuck I have, and this
That's
is what
real.
the fuck I created. Listen, I'm so tight with what the fuck I created. My birthday is August 21st. My daughter's birthday is August 20th, and my son's birthday is August 19th. You want to know why? Because I created that shit.
That's real.
I set that. I create everything around me, my brother.
Right.
Shit, yeah.
That's real. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. Like you said, like, who am I to stop the legacy? And I feel people are unhappy when they don't do that. Like I've been talking to like older women a lot lately. Like, and I just been meeting older women that don't have kids, and they watch. It's the rap for them, and it's like you can see the emptiness in them. Like you can see it's like and men too, older men too, but see, it's not too late for an older man. A man can still do his thing. But you see that with women, it's just like they just empty and almost soulless and like despair from them. So yeah, fellas, if you listening to me, I'm not the guy to say don't have kids. The court system, fuck the court system. You a fucking man. Listen, people like, you're not scared of child support. Man, I done face criminal. I done see my name versus the state of Florida. I don't give a fuck about no fucking civil court and shit. Like, that shit don't scare me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be scared of that. You a man and you control your situations. You see what I'm saying? You control your situations. You control, like you said, you control whether a bitch, you have a hard life with a bitch or a bitch try you or disrespect you. You control that. So, you control your destiny. I'm not saying go have all the kids in the world, but, strive to do what you put here to do, and that's leave an imprint and leave a legacy.
Yeah, and it's nothing like them making breakfast for you. It's not like watching your boys play for God. There are two major teary-eyed moments in my life. 1983, because I'm a Cowboy fan. So
Right.
when the Cowboys lost the NFC Championship game, I wanted to get teary-eyed. I got teary-eyed when I played football because when you're passionate, you lose, you get teary-eyed. But the day my oldest son, when he was young, say, "Dad, I got these girls just hitting me up, Dad. I got Dad, what should I do? Where you going, son? Oh, I'm about to take this girl. I'll be like, because I mean, they don't understand. I mean, to know my son's not gonna be a loser. And I hate to say that. To know my son's gonna be one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, and it's the cold part. You know how much the game you got is going to permeate society and spread through society from your son, his son, their sons,
Yes.
their sons.
Yes.
That's a beautiful
Yes.
thing, and that's what we're here to do. So,
That's what we're here to do.
I just
Beautiful.
wanted to touch on that, man, because you know, and it's not you that you're a bad person if you don't got kids for anybody listening, but a
Right,
lot of the
right.
guys in this certain space like opt out of kids, and I know that that's something from watching you that you're very proud of, and a lot of these younger guys are impressionable, and they listen to
Right,
the
right.
older guys who don't have kids, and so they like, I ain't having kids because such and such said it, or don't rock like that. That's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing. It's a very
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
yeah. Your name. It's just your name. I mean, and people got to just realize you're more than what you are right now.
Right.
You are an ancestor. You are years and decades of information that you want to kill off because a YouTuber told you what to do with your dick. God damn,
Right. Right.
it's amazing.
Now let's get into off the family thing, because they'll get bored.
Yeah,
These little
yeah,
motherfuckers get bored and shit.
right, right.
You are very good at setting the mood. Like, I think
Yeah,
that's one of your specialties, man. And and knowing now that it's like the gigolo thing, I never put it together because you have to, you know, when women
set it.
paying, you got to accommodate them. So, you know,
Yes.
setting the mood. You talk about like where to place things in your room, and get a young guys to get some game on that, man.
All right. Well, I know you and I talked about doing some things on your thing to give them more depth on that. But
Yeah,
let's talk
we'll do
about
that
sound.
on the back end, but just
Let's talk about sound check. I'll give you something. Let's talk about sound. See, people don't know about sound checks. A sound check is when I go. I'm gonna give you a sound check, and I'm gonna show you how I roll it in the game. Okay. So when I go out and I teach my guys, that's how I did it. That when you go out, before you go out that motherfucking door, you got to sound check a bunch of things. You got to sound check the house, number one. Now we talk about that. Then you got to sound check everything outside you. So let me do the house real quick. So sound checking the house means you got to open the door in the morning, open the door at night, open the door late at night, and take one step forward to see what she's going to see. So you got to make sure the lights are perfectly lit low. You got to lay on your back because everywhere you fucking her, you got to make sure the music is surround sound. And you got to make sure everything is. That's why we talk about. Again, we'll get deeper in the wine above your bed and all that stuff. So that's the
mhm,
in house. But let's go out of the house. So sound checking out of my house. I always talk about lake spread your ass cheeks. That's the pond. That's a lake where you feed the ducks for 99 cents. I got to
mhm,
have a lake spread your ass cheeks. I've got to have a corner of your face in the pillow, your ass up in the air, meaning I got to find a place that has its own coffee place, a mom and pop stores. None of this Starbucks shit. A
mhm.
mom and pop coffee shop, a mom and pop ice cream shop, a mom and pop coffee house, and I need a cocoa place, mom and pop place, and I need a jazz club for wine and music. So these are the sound checks. So let me just go to the jazz. Let's say I find a jazz club named Dre's. Okay, so I go to the jazz club. So what I got to do is number one, I got to find an intimate area, find an intimate spot, and then I got to see if there's going to be a band. There's two things I need to make sure of. There are cheese boards, and then there's a live band. Okay, and the reason why
Mhm.
I say that, guys, because the bitches are accompanying me. I'm not going on a date. You're going to accompany me because the way I go is that if you're not there, they're going to be women there. So I'm
Right.
I'm already setting shit up. So I sound check it by going there. And again, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. So what I do is I inquire and find out what are the cheese boards you have. Show me your cheese boards. And if you guys don't know a cheese board is slices of cheese, little slices of ham, like olives and things like that on a board that you drink with the wine, and a little cracker or something like that, where it goes with the wine. Okay, that's why I look for the cheese boards. So I got all these cheese boards out, and I at the time I had to know because I didn't know cheese boards wine because I don't drink, but I do have wine above the bed for the women. But anyway, so they would tell me what wines go good with the cheese boards. Okay, so I
Uh-huh.
get ideas. Okay, this is all sound check. I'll sound check that. Then I'll meet the musicians. How you doing? The band leader. How you doing? Your name is Dre. Hey Jay, how you doing? Oh, Dre, how you doing? I'm Steve. Oh, okay, so y'all the band. Oh, do you have a SoundCloud or something? Can I listen to some of your music? Your favorite songs? Okay, what's that song called? What? Put your dick on the forehead and then put it in her ass cheeks. Okay, cool. Let me get that SoundCloud. So I'm writing all this. I'm taking all these notes. So I'm just sound checking. So then when I go for the date, this now watch everything connects. Big dog. This goes back to the Bob Ross. See, the average guy is saying, let's go on a date, drawing a stick figure on the canvas. I'm in a fucking experience. I want you to accompany me to Dre's Jazz Bar. And let me tell you why I love it. Not only do I love that it's going to be an intimate area for you, but I want you to see the jazz band. They got this great jazz band that plays this great music. And I think this one song called Dick on the Forehead, Put It in the Ass Cheeks. I got to do that. And then I'm going to introduce you to that guy. But then, because remember, this is my one spot. So
Yeah.
everybody, this is how deep game is. So what do you think is going to happen when she sits down in front of us? She sits down. I'll show you guys a kiss. I'm going to show you something to say, guys. But what happens if she sits down in front of us and they take her order and walk away? And she can be like, wait a second, they get you. What happens? They start bringing all my shit without me saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, who the fuck is this guy? I
Right.
mean, my God, you didn't even have to say anything. But that's sound checking my places. So when I'm talking to a woman, I want to accompany it because again, I'm so cool with the waiters. Like I know the ass and titties gonna be shaking on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's when we're gonna go out. You can listen. I'm going to Dre's on Friday, 7:00. I would love for you to accompany, and if you do that, this is what I want you to wear. I'm gonna tell you all that shit, and this is why I want to take you there. And listen, please say no. I'm good. Listen. I will go by myself and go fucking hunting. Or you could come with me and enjoy me because then when I bring her there, giving her the hug, giving her the kiss, sitting there and talking to the waiter. Let's say Dre's the waiter. What's up, Dre? Oh, Dre, let me tell you something before you make the order. Let me tell you, I met this woman. Here I am minding my own business, is chilling, giving me some excuse berry crunch and shit. And you know what? I see this sexy ass woman. I mean, come on, dog. Would you not try to bite her neck and take it? Then I'm gonna give you some dap and all that. So I said, yeah. Man. So when you go for the receipt, let me know because that's when I'm gonna go in for the kiss.
Right.
Okay. Now, real quick on the sound check of my door. I'll give you my door real quick. See, people don't even think about how important opening a door is. That's how much game is. See, most guys, look, remember, average women, average guys, come on in, make your way in. So I'm like this. No. I open the door. I look her up and down. I take my right hand, wrap it around her hip, bring her in, say, bring your ass over here. Give me, where's my hug at? I'm like, damn, you smell good. You love how your body's feeling in my body. And then when I let her go, I'll grab her. And if I feel like twirling her around that day, I'll twirl her around.
That's
and then
my
I'll
move.
grab her. I'll grab her hand and lead her in my motherfucking door. And as I lead her in my door, and then she goes past the door, I'm saying, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna grab her waist and let her ass close the door, and then I'm gonna lean in and give her a soft little kiss, and then start the next phase. But see,
Right.
that's how deep sound checking is. So
Right.
what I'm saying is, when I meet her, I already know what the fuck I need to do because
Right.
that's all I do.
Right.
Shit, come on.
That was too much for him. Hey,
That's too
that,
much. That's too much.
that was too much for him, Steve. Damn. Yeah, you're a master at that. You're a master at that. See, but like you say, I say the same thing, man. Experience, man. You just a regular dude. Like it's especially today, they got a million dudes at them. It's like you have to be something different. You have to stand out. And I know guys don't like to look at it like that, but you basically competing. You know what I'm saying? This thing is people hate to look at it like that, but it's if you meet her, Steve meet her, and then I meet her all on that same Friday. She meets you, listener, at the gas station. Then she go to Chick-fil-A, then she meet me, then she meets Steve. We all get her number or whatever. She gonna pick the best one, whoever coming the hardest. You see what I'm saying? She gonna pick who she believes is coming the hardest or who, may be the most fun or maybe, you see what I'm saying? Or maybe the best experience to fit her needs. So it's
I'm
a
about to fuck 'em
competition.
I'm gonna fuck them over in this one. I'm gonna do not two things. All right, let's talk about motherfuckers don't understand. You get into the egg was fucking competition, nigga. Excuse my language, but you get into the egg with competition.
Right.
You had to beat out millions of your brothers and sisters
Right.
to get to the egg. So all your life has been competition. So what the fuck you talking about? But anyway, let me show you guys. I want to teach you guys how time is very important in game. And I'm gonna use Dre. I'll use myself, and we'll take a woman in the middle. Okay. So let's say between 12 and 3 is when Dre meets her, and then I meet her No, let's say I meet her between 12 and 3, and Dre meets her between 6 and 9. Okay, let me show y'all guys something. Dre and I both have motherfucking game. But let me explain something to you. Maybe between 12 and 3, she lost her cat, got in an argument with her mother. She's cramping, yelled at her boss. And I roll up on her and I spit game at her. She might turn me down because she's having a bad fucking day.
Right.
I just don't care. Can't determine why she did it because I don't give a fuck. It's none of my business. But the same woman who probably got a brand new cat, made up with her parents, or feel better about herself, Drake come fucking piping and she give him game. And see, that's what y'all understand. Time is people don't understand time. There are so many things going on in that person's life before you meet them. So sometimes if they turn you down, it might not because they don't want to turn you down because they're not interested. It's because they got other shit on their
going
fucking
on.
mind.
Right.
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 But see, people see these guys in these spaces make everything black and white. It's either she likes you, she doesn't.
You're
She
not
doesn't
tall
like
enough. Yeah. Or you're
you're
not tall enough.
you're
Or you got to get your, what'd you say? You got to get your status.
Hey, your status. I'm sorry. Yeah. My
Nah,
name is
her
Roger. And I'm a
period may
Pisces.
be on, bro, and she fucking gotta hurry up because she ran out of pads. Or you know what I'm saying? She just failed her class. I try to tell guys that all the time. Stop internalizing when women turn you down. That shit 9 times out of 10 ain't got nothing to do with you. And if it does, who cares?
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck,
brother?
Now again, it's not about. Listen, people don't real quick. People don't understand that they don't understand rejection. I don't lose because she says no. She's allowed to say whatever the fuck she wants to say.
Right.
I lose if I see her and I don't do shit about it. If I see her and be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She'll never like a guy like me. I'm so short and all this other. Remember, guys, I'm only 5'7". I ain't drink my milk. So I'm a short little motherfucker. I'm holding out of shape. And I'm still getting pussy thrown my way.
Right. It ain't about that. My best friend about 5'6", 5'7", running. He fucked way more than me because he a lot more aggressive than me. I was always more of he a pussy hound. You see what I'm saying? Like he a pussy hound. So he fucked way more. Yeah. But my game,
we all eating.
Yeah, we all eating. But I was a little bit more. Like I like to penetrate the mind type of thing where, his is more the quantity, mine is more the quality. I done fucked a lot, but I used to like to play on them hoes and all type of shit, so but I said that to say my best friend probably fucked more than anybody I know, 5'7". You see what I'm saying? 5'6", 5'7" at best. So
yes.
Yeah, it's all about what's your mentality. And that brings me to the man mindset. Break that down.
All right, so the man mindset is a place to show guys how to actually unlock their mindset, to learn that they are more than the sum of their parts, to learn that, okay, what people don't, and this is why I love to separate myself from everybody.
Right.
I'm saying this, that if you're the only one of your kind based off of your fingerprint, which is the truth. Don't believe me. You should know that. Everyone watching, you should know that.
Hey, that's why I fuck with you, because I tell them the same shit. Like, it's only one of you.
It's only one of you. Right. If that's the case, why not learn your own language? Why not learn your own language? Why not I teach guys mental mindsets like your scribe, your marketing team. But in this case, take my information and take it to your blacksmith and let him wield the information down to fit your fingerprint. I'm not a coach. I'm here to teach you how to think for yourself. I'm not here to teach you to think like me. I want you to be one mind, one thought, one way, and be free. I want you to be one word of one sentence of one a paragraph of one page of one chapter of one book of many books. And see, the only way you can do that is by actually learning game, which has nothing to do with women. Game will never have anything to do with women. And if that's the case, then what are all these YouTubers talking about? Because they ain't talking about game. Because they making everything about the woman and not about the man. D, they ain't doing that, brother.
Right. So go into that a little bit more for
yes.
the 18-year-old. for let's say the 18-year-old in college, or he's new and
Yes.
he's like, well, what does that mean? The game is not about women. But what is the
Okay.
game about?
Okay. The game is about finding your core. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been trying to tell guys, you don't even know you have a core because you've been a prisoner in your own mind. You have been the prisoner and the warden. Yeah, sure, you get to walk the yard, but you can't escape because you don't believe in yourself. See, the only way I can show an 18-year-old or a 60-year-old guy what is my core, the only way I can do it is say your numbers and your alphabet. That's the only way you can understand your core because I'll give you an example. Watch how I do this with Dre, everybody watching. Dre, what comes after 77?
78.
What comes after 284?
285.
What comes after 988?
999.
So y'all see that right there, guys? So what I'm saying to you guys out there, that's your core because that's what you created. You don't have to think.
Mm-hmm.
It took Dre 0.1 seconds to come up and know that because he has been rehearsing. See,
Mm-hmm.
I talk about sound checks, but also I talk about rehearsing. See, a lot of these young men practice. See, when you practice, you approach because practicing means I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I'm just throwing those shit up on the wall, hope something sticks. But when you rehearse, that means you know it and you're trying to fucking perfect it. That's
Right.
why I rehearse. So what I'm trying to tell the guys is you rehearsed your numbers. You rehearsed your letters at a young age and where you believed in it. What it means is the letter A will always be the letter A before you came here, while you're here, and while you're gone. The letter A will be the letter A if it's nighttime or daytime, summer, winter, spring, or fall. It doesn't matter in a monsoon. It doesn't matter if there's a zombie, a fucking apocalypse. The letter A will be A. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's your core. That means you are of one. You are all things. You fit into everything like air, sand, and water. You should never have to adjust what you say for a bitch. So you're telling me you see a chicken red, white, and blue. So you mean to tell me you got to talk to the one in red different than the one you were talking to white versus the one in the blue? Are you fucking serious? But
Right.
what I teach them as far as the game is that I'm the fucking shit. So I'm gonna talk to the one in red my way, the only way, one way. The same with the one in the white, the same with the one in the blue, because they're not special enough
Right.
in my life because they haven't proven any value or worth. So that's why I tell them it's like your alpha. The easiest way, because I like to like make it that kindergarten, because I don't want to complicate something that is
Right.
deep. I mean, this is gentlemen. This is you don't understand that I can't even explain to you
Yeah.
the depth, the infinite. Just say infinite.
Yeah. Infinite.
I can't even. I just can't even. And this is why I get excited because the evolve how you grow. It's just not fair. I
Yeah.
guess that's the best way.
Yeah.
That's why I teach guys. I teach guys how to cook. I teach them how to make desserts from scratch. I teach them how to fix up their crib. I teach them how to write poetry. I teach them. I'm not just a site. I want to teach them a lifestyle of building your fucking name
Right.
through your fingerprint, and everything falls here.
Right.
That's it.
These guys don't understand the power of the second date at your crib with your gray sweats and your tank top on with some soft music and you cooking a nice steak. They don't you ain't never got your dick sucked like a dick suck on the second date when you got your tank top on, your sweatpants, you're free balling, and you whipping up that nice steak. But let these red pill guys tell you should never cook for a woman that's submissive. Shit.
Yeah, I had a guy. Quick story. I had a guy that was from the red pill, and I had a new one yesterday. I just dropped from red pill to manhood, where a guy was worried, but I told him I'll check his girl, and that way worked out. But this guy here was from the red pill, and he was like, "Man, fuck her. She's on her period, man. I'm not fucking with her." I said, "Dog, dog, listen. Call her. See, what sex is, I told him, sex is not the physical with women.
Mm-hmm.
Sex is a mental penetration. So sex is between the lines. Call her and ask her, does she have a hot pad for her stomach? And if she does, tell her I'm just gonna stop by and just rub your feet a little bit and go. But Steve, she ain't I said, dog, trust me. Just go. I'll go. And she let him come over. She was cramping, not feeling well. He just rubbed her feet, got up and left. And as he was walking to the door, she closes the door with her hand. turns him around, unbuckles his pants, sucks his dick, swallow his nut, then sent him out. He's like, "What the fuck?" I said,
Right.
"What you don't understand is sex is not about what you are when you're around. Sex is about what she thinks about you when you're not around. Because me, I teach them to position themselves to be to communicate different, to talk different. They don't even know about sexoline. See, I teach them I teach them game that no one else can teach. So when they do it, it's all theirs. I'll give you like Easter game. I'll give you
Mhm.
Easter game for example. So I tell my guys around Easter time to go to Party City and get handcuffs, rope, and a bandana. Then go to Walmart, grab an Easter basket and that green shit and some hollow eggs. Put
Mhm.
all the shit in the bottom, put the green shit in there, and then type up a bunch of dirty, sexy things that you wanted to do to you and you to her. Put them in the eggs. Put the eggs all over the apartment. When she comes over, give her the Easter basket. Let her go Easter egg hunting. And what guys don't understand is, see, I'm creating moments in her mind. So if we break up, who do you think is getting a call the weekend before Easter, the day of, or after? Because she's with her other guy. He ain't doing that shit. He's like,
Right.
and she's like, I wonder what Dre doing. Well, you know what? I'm gonna accidentally on purposely butt dial him or accidentally dick out. I miss those days.
Yeah.
But see, that's the game. And
Yeah.
remember, that goes back to 14 years old.
Right.
That's what I was laced with to realize I can lace them with my fentanyl, my crack, my weed, my cocaine, or my ecstasy of me to hook them because I don't want those motherfuckers to love me. They will. I
Right.
don't want her to be attracted to me. She will be. I definitely ain't her fucking friend. I don't want her to like me, but she will. I want to conquer. I want the fucking addiction and the goddamn habit. That's what mine said. I don't want to be Superman. I want to be General Zod. I want to be Dark Side, Thanos. I want to fucking conquer. And that's why I tell women, I'm not here to fuck you. I'm here to show you why you should fuck me. But I'm not
Mhm.
gonna try to fuck what's between your legs. I want the invite. See, that was a key thing I would learn when I was young. See, if she invites you in, there's a difference. See, guys don't understand the difference, Dre, about a guy fucking a woman versus a woman wanting to fuck him.
Right.
See, if you paying her for some pussy, she gonna just lay there like a corpse and shit, just get it
Yeah.
over with. But when she want to fuck you, oh, I can't wait to get that dick. Oh my God, give me that dick. And they gonna be
Yeah.
fucking you and riding and fucking and bucking back, and they just don't understand how
Yeah.
game is.
Yeah. That's that cold shit now. That's that
Oh
cold. We
shit.
gave him too much. We done gave him too much, Steve, but we ain't
I
done.
know. Sorry,
Let me
Jay,
let
I'm
me
sorry.
let me ask you this, right? As far as the, like the mindset and man mindset. What do
Yes,
you
yes,
I believe that every man should have a code, right? I got my
yes.
player rules. I got my player rules for when it comes to bitches, and I got my player rules when it comes to life. What do you think, as far as like the relationship dating world? What do you think? What are your top 5 man codes that men should adopt to help them, in their journey or their life, or they can get the desired results that they want?
The first thing is learn the greatest hit song called "Me, Me, Me, My, I." That is the greatest song. That is the greatest. It's the greatest hit in my mind ever. The greatest song ever created because I love the fuck out of me. I
Right,
love me. I'm all about me.
right,
That's the whole thing. Just me. It's my world, my way, and I don't give a fuck about anybody else but me. And that's why I'm considered an asshole, a jerk. But they want to fuck guys like me because I don't give women any power. You got to earn my time.
right,
Another rule I learned is I always tell guys, even at the end of the show, I tell them to think about the graveyard. It's very important to me because I want young men to realize to think about the graveyard before you go to bed at night, to realize everybody in there had one thing in common. They thought they had tomorrow coming to them. We don't know when the last day is, but I'm not going to live in my days fucking crying over some pussy. I'm going to live every day like it is my last. I'm going to
mhm,
enjoy my life to the best and fullest where you don't mourn me. Fuck that. I live, goddamn it. I'm fine. So
right,
that's another thing I tell them. Also, don't dwell in the past. You cannot control your past. You can learn from your past. You can utilize your past, like your numbers and your alphabets, to benefit you. But don't dwell in your past. Don't worry about other people. But most importantly, one thing, and last one I'll say is this one: learn your motherfucking mentors. Because if your motherfucking mentor is complaining, bitching, whining, or moaning, you better run. Get the fuck. run. Because all you church aficionados, we call that the Antichrist. They're a snake oil salesman. Don't
Mm-hmm.
think, listen, numbers don't mean knowledge. Remember
Right.
that, right? That, guys, all you guys, numbers don't. So if they have a high subscriber count, just because listen, there are things that are going on that you don't know. Remember, there are things you don't know. The things you don't know, the things you don't know, then there are things you don't even know that you don't even know, kind of like we talked about earlier,
Right.
that you're looking at the door, but you're not looking at the door behind the door. And once you look at that door behind the door, thinking, see, Dre, I'm so excited. I wasn't going to do a show today, but now I'm going to do a show today on the door behind the door
Yeah.
after talking. I'm so fucking excited about that shit. But
Right.
anyway, but I'm just saying for you guys out there, you've got to find someone that has game, because a man that has game can spit off the top of his head. He doesn't have to think 1 second, and he's never going to make it about the woman. He'll always make it about the man, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That'll probably.
Yeah, I do the same. That's my. They be sending me shit like, talk about her, cook her, flame her, and break her. I'm like, it ain't about her. Fuck her. I'm trying to give
Right.
you solutions so you don't end up like that. Solutions based. Yeah. So that's crazy. It's like you read my mind or you like looking at my notes, because I was gonna ask you about mentors and the importance of the right mentors. That was coming next.
Okay.
So but you took care of that, fellas. Make sure you
Okay,
get you a
cool.
good mentor. Mentors are important. I wouldn't be
Yes.
where I am without mentors. Even if, they don't even have to be present in your life. They can be, find somebody on the internet and just learn from them and soak up from them. But make sure they're about solutions, and make sure
Yes.
they are not
Solution based.
complaining, and they are about, they holding you accountable, basically.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So before we get out of here, hot topic, right?
Yes.
Hot topic. I hate to do it to you, Steve.
Do
Body
it.
count. How you feel about body count? Does it matter to the guys that say it do? Why? To it, like, what about body count for the young guys that say, what about body count? How does it,
Does it matter about a squirrel running across your fucking garden? Does it matter? Fuck no, it doesn't matter. Does it? Hey. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. When you go to McDonald's and eat some French fries from McDonald's, do you count the fries or you just eat the fries? I'm just asking a question. Y'all just like, fry number 1, fry number 2, fry number 3. Y'all do that shit? No, the body count doesn't matter because the game is not about women. And if you're making it about a body count, you're making it about the woman and you're taking away from yourself. Always remember this, guys. This goes into the body count. You put yourself at 100. Whatever you take away from yourself and give it to a woman, you're taking away from yourself. So if I made it about a body count, then I took 10% of myself. Then that means I'm not even at 100, because I'm giving credence to a body. What does it matter if I fuck her or how many I fuck and how many I don't? Because you even said yourself, some guys, listen, there are a lot of players out here that love a lot of quality. And then there's some that like quantity. Then there's some in the middle. So just because if you have 5 women, and another guy has 100 women, you still got the same equal, because I get the best out that 5 that he gets out that 100. I got that one bitch cooking me dinner, and one bitch fixing my men, all that stuff. So it's not about the body count. But if there is a body count, watch, I'm gonna fuck you up, Dre. I'm gonna throw one back at you that fuck him up. That's waiting for this one. If there's a body count that I want you to worry about, it's that body count of killing fear. It's that body count of killing excuses. It's that body count of killing that victim. It's that body count of killing those excuses. It's that body count of that poor me. It's that body count of blaming. It's that body count of putting everything about women. So if you want a fucking body count, make the body count about the I am. Fuck the I do. Why don't you get your fucking warrior, get your fucking machete ready, and go fuck up them motherfuckers in your mind, hold you back, and get that body count down? Because believe me, that body count is more important than any motherfucking bitch outside your door. Fuck with your boy, Dre.
That's real talk.
Come on.
Hey, that's real talk.
Come on.
And that's why I fuck with you, because
Appreciate you, man.
guys who understand that, who are confident, who've killed their demons, who've killed the things that's in their way, fear, excuse. I don't give a fuck about what no bitch do. I care about how she treat me.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, when she fuck with somebody, I don't give a fuck about all that. I don't care about that. I'm secure with myself. I'm secure in myself to know that, okay, so what? She fuck with this dude and this dude. Number one, like, who ain't fucking? We human beings, right? But I think these
That's
guys
where
are so insecure and they have so many things in their way that a bitch's purity makes them feel better about themselves. What you think about that?
I think these guys are mad that women are fucking, but they ain't fucking them. I think that's what the problem is.
Right.
They know these women are fucking,
Right.
but they mad they the ones. But again, I ask every guy. If I ask a guy, because I always do this, I ask him what 2 + 2 is. They'd be like 4. I say, well, what makes you special? Crickets. Why should she fuck you? Crickets.
Right.
What are you bringing to show her why she should be sucking? Crickets. And that's the thing. Women are, listen, if your pussy is tighter than hers, she's not going to fuck with you.
Right.
She's going to fuck you over, period. But also, listen, I see, this is what, and I want to say this real quick, because there's a topic I just want to throw at guys that they don't understand something. You're not this motherfucker that's interviewing me right now. So if this cool motherfucker talks to a woman and gets her to her crib, it's because she wants to fuck him because he's smooth enough to make her feel sexy to want to give up that pussy. But if you're an average guy that has no game, you can't ask a woman over to your place because you don't understand the judgments, the values, the fact that she doesn't trust you. The reason this motherfucker over here, beside me over here, it can get women is because he's killing all that shit from the conversation to make her feel that, you know what, I can trust him not only with trusting him, but I can sexually trust him because he sounded the kind of motherfuckers that can put my knees to my motherfucking shoulders and beat this pussy up. He sounds like the kind of man. Because you ever see, like I say, you ever see James Bond go, hello, my name is Bond, James Bond, let's fuck. You never heard that motherfucker say that shit.
Right.
That motherfucker just be like, Bond, James Bond, and the bitch be knocking on his door because he's showing why you should be fucking him. But I just want to say that to a lot of guys because a lot of guys out here are trying to fucking sabotage you. As soon as you try to make a bitch go to your house, you ain't got no game. She gonna like, you want to play that game? Let's play. And the one only gonna be getting fucked is you. I just want to say that shit.
Right, for sure, man. Steve, I appreciate you coming to drop a bomb of wisdom, a bomb of gems, a bomb of knowledge. I really appreciate that. We definitely gonna work together again because I still got 20 more questions, but we can be here all night.
Sorry, I know. Right, I just broke my mouth. I apologize.
But hell no, because they gonna want more of this shit. They gonna want some more of that good ism, right? That good game. We're gonna definitely do this again. It was a pleasure. I fuck with your work.
Thank you.
I think you one of the top tier as far as like the game go. And authentic.
I'm just a man.
Nah, you the man. You the man.
I've created everything I have, and man, you'll see. I think I'm out of Angela Instagram, but when I pick up them damn little sheep and shit, I'll be posting that shit up. I always post that shit. Post that shit.
Let them know. Let them know where they.
I like to make
fun. Let them know where they can find you.
Well, first off, I want to say.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Before I said let them know, no. I just want to say, listen. I appreciate the kind words and all the other stuff. And the only reason I say that, I go in these things and I talk, not my truth, but the truth that you could have for yourself. And, and these guys don't control their fucking people. They racist, they hate you for the color of your skin. They hate you taking white girls. They hate you for everything. But, I just love I love that this podcast. It's cool. It's laid back. And again, I want to say thank you. And I appreciate it. I say they don't know anything. Just ask. That's what I do, man. I don't. It's not asking. You already on my Christmas list, guys. You already on my Christmas list. So, but I do appreciate you and everything that you do. But for everybody that wants to get at me. Go to themanmindset.com. You can go there. You'll see that. That's what they crazy. I put the receipts. I put all the receipts on the first page of all the women that my clients get, and the receipts of making women play their pussy live on air. I show you receipts all the time, but we show you got cooking stuff, a lot of information and all the other stuff. And we're about to drop this book. So we got a lot of things going, but Dre, man, Dre, you just say, I need you. You just send me the link and give me the time. I'm there, dog. Any fucking time you need me. Anytime.
We got you. We got you. Fellas, go check out themanmindset.com and also join the Players Club, theplayersclub.vip. This has been another great edition The Captain Saver Bro Show. I'm your host, your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. I'm gone.